I see thousands of home sellers that are making mistakes that are costing them thousands of dollars. Don't let that be you. Now, if you're looking to sell your home fast and for top dollar, I've got a system in place. By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how to prep, price, and promote your home. And don't forget to check out the complete guide in the description for more detailed tips. Now, let's get started. I want to save you from the stress and frustration that plagues so many sellers by breaking down the steps. I call these my 7 pillars to success. Now, the first pillar, it's defining your goals. And I'm telling you, this is the first step that so many folks completely overlook, but you can't. You have to really think through your goals and your priorities. Well, Jess, I just want to sell my home and get the most money for it. Okay, well, great. I want that too, and I wish I had a magic wand and could just make that happen for you, but it's not that simple. Too often people think selling fast means they can put it on the market fast. No, stop right there. This is our first step that needs to be defined and prioritized. Do you need to sell it fast, as in, I need to have my home on the market within the next few weeks? Or does fast to you mean, I want my property under contract once it hits the market as quickly as possible? They're not the same things. Now, if you have to get your house on the market immediately, then your priority is speed and convenience. So you will need to prioritize what you can realistically do to prep, price, and promote your home. So first, you gotta define your goals. This includes your timeline for selling. Are you willing and able to invest money into getting your house ready? Who do you need to get on your team to get your home ready to be sold? And what's your next move? Literally, where are you going when you hand over the keys? Think through these because the answers are gonna shape every decision you make coming after. Now, understanding what you wanna achieve is gonna help you to stay focused. Frankly, I rarely see sellers taking the time that they should to prepare. That's why I have this channel. So how far in advance should you prepare and start working on your first pillar? Well, ideally 1 year, minimally 6 months. Now, have I helped sellers who've had to list their home within 1 week? Well, yeah, I have. I've got a client right now. They found a house that they love and we were able to get it under contract with what's called a Hubbard clause. That means they have to sell their home within a specific time period. We had 1 week to get it ready and we have to have our home under contract within 2 weeks of listing it in order to meet that contract deadline. Now, I helped her create a strategy and a plan. That included making sure that she understood how to price her home competitively. Time is of the essence in this situation. So pillar 1, all about defining your goals. It sets that foundation for all of your following decisions. Now, pillar 2 is planning your next move, as in where are you going? Now, are you buying and selling simultaneously? Do you need a temporary place to stay? When do you want to get your house listed? Think through all of your options. Now let's go back to the example above. Now I had tried to get my client to start prepping earlier when she approached me about 6 months ago, and she did take care of some of the things, some of those repairs that I had recommended, but there's a lot that she has to try to cram into 1 week because she didn't do it sooner. Now I could have already had pictures of her home, or at least exterior photos. That would have helped me to be able to market it as coming sooner, which gives us more exposure. But we didn't even have listing documents signed. Now it adds a tremendous amount of stress, and some of it could have been alleviated if she had allowed me to get a plan in place. Now let's move on to pillar 3. It's all about understanding how to make strategic upgrades to your home. Now again, what you can do will be based upon your goals and the amount of time that you give yourself to actually plan ahead. Now, if you want absolute top dollar, then you need to make sure your home is in the condition that today's buyers want. No, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to install a brand new sparkly white cool kitchen, but it's going to depend on your market and the competition and what's expected by buyers in that specific area. And I say strategic because I've had sellers who made upgrades that frankly were useless or worse. Listen, I'm gonna be the first to admit I am clueless when it comes to interior design. My style is certainly not the norm. So if I was gonna sell my home and I wanted top dollar, I would need a pro to be able to get in, a stager, help me to identify what I absolutely need to do versus what isn't that helpful or may even be detrimental. I recently showed a house with brand new tile in the front hall and the kitchen. It was super trendy and frankly, it was hideous. Most buyers would want to have it replaced, and where the house was priced, well, it was just cost prohibitive. The seller had to make a significant price drop. Now, I remember a client that installed very high-end appliances. She loved them in their kitchen, and she wasn't planning to sell, but she had a job opportunity in a different state that she just couldn't pass up. Now, those appliances, they didn't significantly raise the value of her home. Buyers looking at that price point, well, they would have been happy with just a standard option. So the return, it just wasn't there for her. Strategic upgrades, they're things like refinishing or adding wood flooring, neutral paint colors. Now here's a side note, gray is dead. Do not paint anything gray, and for the love of dogs and all thing fuzzy, do not install gray vinyl flooring. Don't do it. Now replace your updated countertops, that's easy. Update your light fixtures. These are strategic upgrades. And also focus on essential repairs like leaks and holes in the walls or unfinished projects, maybe like that light fixture you never installed. You get the picture. This takes planning, my friends. It takes thinking through the process. It doesn't have to be complicated if you have a plan in place that you can follow and the right people on your team. So we've talked about understanding your goals and your timeline, making strategic upgrades. The next pillar is staging your home. Now the old adage, dress to impress, well, take a spin through your favorite real estate portal and you will see what I mean. Think of these portals as dating sites, and you or your real estate agent have to create an appealing profile. Today's buyers, they're savvy. They make quick decisions, and your first impression is online. Do buyers swipe right or left when they see your home? Are you wearing sweatpants or a suit? Can buyers see themselves in your home, or does your home look like it's more trouble than it's worth? So staging encompasses understanding how to create a welcoming environment and highlighting the very best features of your home. It's all about creating a space where buyers can envision themselves living there. So this means decluttering as well as deep cleaning your home. Again, I know this channel is useful because I show properties all the time that are a mess. They aren't clean. And it is literally costing that seller thousands of dollars. Don't let that be you. Now, if you want top dollar for your home, you also need to understand your local real estate market. So this leads us to pillar 5, understand market dynamics and strategic pricing. Now, up to this point, you may have been able to go through these steps on your own, or can you? If I sat down with you right now, would you have come up with those 4 steps? Would you have been able to look objectively at your property and known what to do and how to best present your home? If so, that's great, but I know for certain most folks don't. Now we need to talk about your local real estate market. What are inventory levels today, last year, the past 5 years, and compared to 10 years ago? What about the median sale price? Did it increase last year? What about last month compared to last year? What's the average price on market for properties now compared to last year? And has that changed from the past 4 years? What's the sale price versus the list price ratio? And is that up or down compared to last year? Now what about interest rates? For your particular market, do those fluctuations have much of an impact? Do you understand what it means to strategically price your home? What happens if you overprice your home? What are the comparable properties that an appraiser will most likely choose? These are all answers that you need to be able to have immediately. You need to be able to understand them. I feel strongly that the best professionals in your local market are going to be able to provide you insight into each one of those pillars, as well as fully break down the current market to help you to determine the best pricing strategy for your home. You need to set a price that attracts as many viable buyers to your property as possible. Okay, you've determined your priorities, your next move, the updates that make the most sense, what you need to do to get your house ready to attract the most number of buyers, and you're fully informed about the current market and where your home should be priced. Now let's talk about pillar 6, maximize marketing and property exposure. Now, why do the vast majority of people list their home on the multiple listing site rather than a single site or for sale by owner? Let me give you an example. I had a vacant lot that a client wanted me to sell. They've got an offer for $60,000 from someone that just called them. They paid $20,000 in 2017, so that sounded appealing to them, but they wanted to run it by me. Now, I told them $60,000 was way too low. I have investor relationships. I shopped it out. I wanted to get a feel for what people would pay. I had offers in the range of 110 to 130, and they were thrilled. They would have taken that. But I knew there were 2 comparable lots that sold for $150,000 listed on MLS. I suggested they have the lot surveyed. I had an architect draw up a site plan for a 2-family property, which would be the max use of the lot, and we listed it on MLS for $150,000. Within 1 week, we had 5 offers and the winning offer at $175,000 from a cash buyer, which is closing today as of this video. Now, of course, the strategy for a vacant lot is different than a home, but the main point, without the exposure, literally, more people seeing that that lot was available, they would not have gotten top dollar. Now, take a spin through your favorite real estate portal, look at properties with cell phone photos, properties that are cluttered. So many sellers and real estate agents who don't understand how to properly showcase and market a property, but it goes beyond listing on MLS. Professional photos, virtual tours, floor plans, social media marketing, professional networks. There is a wide range of ways to ensure that the most number of viable buyers see your home online and then want to view it in person. We need momentum. We need mass. That's how we leverage multiple offers, and it's through multiple offers that we can leverage the best possible price and terms for your home. That is what we're looking for. All right, we've got one more to talk through, and I want you to know that wherever you are located, I can directly help you. Now, Pillar 7 is all about choosing the right real estate agent. You've got quite a to-do list, and I highly recommend that you work with a full-time top agent to help you through each of these steps in the process. I've had sellers who thought they needed to sell first in order to buy, but once I connected them to my top lender, they learned they could actually buy without selling. And then several have decided to keep their property and rent it out versus selling when I help them to understand that process. Likewise, I've been able to save folks from costly updates that really wouldn't have made a difference. Here's the thing. There are bad plumbers, bad accountants, bad lenders. In every industry, there are folks that just aren't good at their job, and that includes real estate. Not all realtors are created equal. What makes a bad realtor? Well, inexperience, lack of support and guidance, indifference, poor organizational systems. Don't work with someone out of obligation or just because you know them. Interview agents. What do you look for? Well, download my guide or watch my other videos. Now, I can help you find the right agent. I can make it easy for you. There's no catch. Let me rescue you from making the wrong decision. Last year, my team sold over 500 homes. We're the top 30 teams in the country for eXp out of thousands of teams and 90,000 agents. We know what we're doing. I can connect you to the top agent in your local area. I'll interview agents for you so that you have the best of the best to choose who to work with. Now, I know what to look for, and I've got the resources to connect you to the right people. Now, just fill out the form in the link and I'll reach out to you. No, I'm not too busy to help, and I'm creating this channel because I see a need, and I've based my entire career on educating buyers and sellers and helping people. Now, if you want a deeper dive into the 7 pillars, just download my free guide. And remember, who you work with matters.